ChillQuillz Gaming Collection. Now, this is a new series that I wanted to do because I have a collection and I want to show it off, and I really don't care who sees. So, first and foremost, I have multiple displays of things. This is probably my best, but I wanted to go inside of the display. And inside the display, I wanted to go inside of my deck lists. And inside my deck list, I want to focus on this missing spot. I have 4 deck lists, and one's already out. Let's get to the Pokemon. Now here's my first one. It's Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX. This acts as the anchor of my list, and it's the person that I want to get out the most. I have 1 copy because my list is basically just what I get in the deck, what I get in a whole bunch of packs after a whole long time, and it just thrown into one. Next is Pidgeot EX. I call it Pidgeot because DGE is like Pudge. So Pidgeot. I used to call it Pidgeot, but I'm gonna call it whatever I want. Pidgeot EX. This is used as a quick, basic Pokemon. The mirror move, first move, it really deters your opponent from attacking. Especially in the way that me and my friends play. We play in a 4-player format, which I may record, I don't know. And it really deters them from attacking. And it's really good, because then I can get my bench Pokemon out. And I do have a lot of bench Pokemon that I have to get in. On to my next. Now this is my strongest evolution pair. We have 2 Jangmo-Os, a Hakamo, and a Como. Now, these 3 are my main evolution. I try my best to get Jangmo out, Hakamo, and then Como. Now, they kind of clash a little bit with Raichu, because with Raichu, you throw a whole bunch of electric energies up here, but you do want to get as many energies on Como as possible. But they don't really counter each other too much. You can have one with the other. Plus, it acts as a endgame, just in case the Raichu dies. Now this is my first line that gives away 1 prize card. The other 2 gives away 2 or 3. Now this one I use more for bench sniping. And another less energy. What do you call that? Less energy ever? I don't know. Anyway. The main move that I actually do is Vacuum Bolt, which you do 80 damage, and then you do 80 more to a bench Pokemon. I said a bench Pokemon. I'm at 80 more to one of your Pokemon. And it kind of denies a prize card, or at least that's how we've been playing it. Sorry about all the noise. You know, it's the 4th of July today, and I just chose the greatest day to record. That's my fault, but oh well. Alright, on to the next. Now, Helioptile and Heliolisk, are used to counteract water Pokemon, because another deck that I have uses water. And even though it doesn't counter it by too much, it's maybe my best bet that doesn't include just knocking it out. Because a lot of water Pokemon in my other deck use its weakness is grass instead of electric. And it's semi used as a disruption. It's mostly used as like trash. I don't want to say trash, but it's mostly used as like discard trash, just in case I got a Professor Oak or something, or any of the professors. That's what it's mostly used for. Anyway, next. Now, Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone are the alternative to late game sweeper if I don't get my GX, if it's prized or something. For some reason, these are not normally prized. So what I do is I use a lot of these two, Magnetic Switch and Magnetic Bolt. With Magnetic Switch, it switches with Raichu, which helps with its first move, Tandem Shock. And with Magnetic Bolt, it puts a trainer card from your discard pile into your hand, and it's any trainer card. So that also helps with switches and a whole bunch of other stuff. Though it kind of clashes with somebody we come with next. But for some reason, they're always at the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't really affect them too much. But let's go on to my two favorite ones. Komala. Honestly, just put these in here because I love this Pokemon. Like, it's one of my favorites. And it's surprisingly strong, especially this one. See, with Hypno Roll, I love to basically put one of the energies that I'm going to show you later onto it, and then one electric, and use it as basically like the buffer before you're able to get to like my stronger Pokemon, because they do take a little bit of time to charge up. So quick basics are always welcome. And with this one, it uses 1 energy and does 6 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. Which, when you're playing in a 4-player format, we like to put it as after everybody's turn, you flip the coin if it's still asleep, then it just stacks damage so fast. It does 120 when it goes to the 3rd player turn, and then when it's back to me and I'm asleep for that whole time, it's 240. Normally, that's enough to knock out any basic Pokemon that my opponents have out. It's so good. This one has been putting in a little bit of work, only because it's easy to get asleep, and you don't have to use the attack. It's pretty good. It's more of quick. It's really quick. And this is also a Pokemon that I really like. Rotom, just normal Rotom. Its ability, Rotomotor, how did you say? If you have 9 or more Pokemon tool cards, which it's a little in-game-ish, but if you need that like quick last hit, this really helps. You will be so surprised how much this has come into clutch when me and my opponents have 1 or 2 prize cards left. That 120 really helps. I do not like how fragile it is, and it clashes with Magnezone, like I was saying, because it takes trainer cards out. It's still able. I still use enough Pokemon tool cards to at least get it at between mid and end game, which it really helps. Now, my energy list. This is what I like to put on Komala because it provides 2 energy real quick for the Hypno Roll, and then I put electric on. And I have more electric than fighting. I I say fighting, but I should say fist or something. But I put electric on it for a little bit. I said a little bit. I have a whole bunch of electric because most of my deck uses that. In fighting, I mostly have, because most people that I have has colorless energy costs, so I can just put fighting on them, and it makes it so much easier to get it when I actually do come across my GX, which is what I use it for. Now on to the trainer cards. This is just a draw trainer card that I use to draw. I think this is important to say, even though the older variants didn't say supporter, we still say the supporter are the people. And if there's no person on it, then it's a normal item card. Energy removal. My opponents have some crazy energies. In my scariest opponent's deck, his uses like 2 off dark energies, and it's really well to remove those from his deck. This is a big help to get some of those energies out. And none of my opponents mill my deck, so I'm able to use this. I use this mostly for a lot of the... What is this? I use this for Komala. I use this for just in case Hakamo'o dies, because I got 2 Jangmo, so the only person that's important to get back is Hakamo'o. And really, I just use this as a lot. I love switches. They're so important to my deck. Not only do they help Raichu, but they help get out a lot of Pokemon that's like finished. Especially since a lot of my Pokemon has higher retreat costs than normal. This is very fun to have. Honestly, I just like it. The Ultra Ball is surprisingly clutch. It can get out any Pokemon I need. And I have a lot of garbage cards that I'm okay with throwing away just in case to get a better Pokemon out. I wish I had more copies of these, honestly. This is just standard to use. Now people be sleeping on Ninja Boy. I used to think that this card was garbage. Like putting my basic Pokemon back? What is that? But then I started using it as the Komala switch into Raichu, basically. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Or if Raichu's about to die, switch it into Rotom or something. This Ninja Boy is one of the greatest cards in my deck. By the way, I don't care if it's legal or not, because it's like a homebrew deck and nobody really cares about it. So, oh well. This is so useful. I know the counter catcher nowadays is basically this, but man, dude, just their bench Pokemon be almost set up, and I have to one-shot them just before they set up. It's crazy. This is just useful. That's it. Now, I have very questionable luck on this one. It's actually one of my stronger cards to help with a lot of my evolutions, but I always get heads than tails for some reason. I don't know why. Draw 3 cards. That's it. It's basically better Bill. All Night Party works so well with Komala, and it's a stadium card to knock out one of my opponent's stadium cards, because that stadium card that's in my other deck. I'm gonna tell you the name of the deck after all this is done because I like to. It's it works kind of well because Kamala got 90 HP, and if somebody uses like a weaker attack, I can just heal it off real quick. This surprisingly sucks. I don't really like it. I would look at something else, but I think it kind of works well with the other Pokeball where you search 7. So even though rearranging them is not really how I care, since we shuffle the deck so much, but 5 turns into the future is always good. This is one of my favorite ones because getting just those energies onto that Pokemon is so useful because he takes so much, and even though it's a one-off copy, it's a higher chance to get him, and it really helps. This is just the timer ball, but it's just for any Pokemon, and I kind of like it, even though most of the times I get Tails. It's still an item card used for the other person, Rotom, so it always helps. Now this is one of my best looking cards. Even though it's not the strongest, still one of my best looking that I like. You could barely see what it says on the camera. Oh well. It says to draw cards until you have 5 in your hand, or during your turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. Which plus 20 damage can help with, like, one-shotting this important second stage Pokemon without my opponent knowing when he's planning his turn out. Or draw until you have 5 cards, which is okay. I just like to look at it, honestly. Ingo and Emmett, I use them for basically helping out with my digger person, and just because they're a discard your hand, which also helps with Rotom. And I have energy retrievals, so I have a lot to go out of my discard pile, and it helps. I thought I used to have a recycle, but I guess I didn't. Now, this deck list is called the Fighting Spirit, with Como fighting all he can. Well, really, it's just Dragon, Electric, fighting. Comos have fighting in actual games, and Electric can also be counted as Spirit. So, the Fighting Spirit. That's it. I like it. Definitely my favorite deck being built. Not my strongest, but my favorite. Now, see you guys tomorrow? Yeah, I'll do tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow for the next deck list. We will be taking on the Burn deck, which is definitely my strongest deck ever built, with all the cards I have. This is the one that I normally use, and it's the one my brother normally uses. And we always go head to head. I think our head to head count is me very slightly having a chance, having wins over him. We haven't counted, but just overall. And in the 4v4s, that is definitely the most dangerous one. I've still always won them because I think I have the highest skill over everybody, because I built these decks. But it always works out for him for some reason. He has one multiple times. So like I said, the burn deck next. See you guys tomorrow.